Hi everyone, my name is Janique and today I'll be doing a chapter reading from Relentless, Billionaire Bodyguards Series Book 4, written by Via Mori, presented by Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Chapter 1, Derek. I slide out the back door and steal along the hedge-lined street, crossing the intersection before doubling back to a secluded spot behind a clump of bushes adjacent to the parking lot. I scan the area for anything suspicious and, satisfied with their inactivity, wait for Layla, the exotic dancer I'm to meet, secure in the knowledge that backup is minutes away if needed. It's almost noon when the 80s model white-striped blue Camaro my partner Damien described roars into the park's far entrance, flying into the lot, music blaring from the open window as it shoots into the corner parking space closest to me. A beautiful woman with long, dark, wavy hair, wearing a pair of tight-fitting jeans, red high heels, and a matching lacy tank top, gets out of her car. This must be Layla Contreras. She has to be the most exquisite creature I've ever seen. I watch as she scans her surroundings, searching for the man she's supposed to meet. Holy mother of sin, she's hot. She turns, examining the expanse of the park. I use that moment to walk out from the bushes and approach her from behind. Her body stiffens, sensing me, before spinning slowly and purposefully to appraise me. Her deep brown eyes take me in from head to toe as I do the same. She purses her red outlined lips. "You're not Damien. Who are you and what do you want?" Damien warned me the woman has sass, and that she does. "I'm Derek. I work closely with Damien. He's trying to protect Brianna, the girl you know as Lacey. He thought you might have information that would help us. Her family believes she's missing, but we found her dancing at the club with you, and she doesn't want to go home." Her eyes widen and then narrow into sexy little slits at me. "Wait, let me make sure I've got this right. No one would dance at a club like that because they wanted to, right?" I level my eyes at the little spitfire. I didn't say that, nor mean to infer it. "You didn't need to, puppy. But don't worry. See, I'm a big girl, and men like you don't intimidate me. I can handle any shade you throw." My eyes lock with her gold-flecked orbs, catching just the slightest tremble in her lower lip. "I'm looking for the truth about Brianna, not a runaround, and if you were mine, you'd show some respect to someone trying to help your friend." She laughs out loud, a beautiful feminine sound. I don't belong to anyone, puppy. Clearly, but maybe you should." "Tell me, big man, what would you do if I were yours?" The beauty slides her wide-brimmed sunglasses onto the top of her head with the red tip of a well-manicured finger. Layla's biding her time, stretching this out, unsure of who I am and what to divulge about her friend, flirting as a way to delay a response, and that's intriguing to me. I rub the short dark hairs on my chin, contemplating what's been on my mind since the fiery beauty first opened her sassy little mouth. I'd have you wiggle out of those painted-on jeans, slip off your panties, and lay you across my knee to teach you the meaning of respect. I leave out that when finished, she'd probably find herself on the end of my raging cock because I've hardly thought of anything else since her picture showed up in my email with instructions for this particular assignment. Her sensual lips part wide in shock, accentuating the lovely outlined mouth that I'd love to do unmentionable things to. But it's Layla's eyes that are holding my attention. They've just gone hazy, and the bright gold flecks in the deep brown setting are dancing right in front of me. I observe them with interest for a few seconds before turning my attention to the rhythm on the side of her lovely neck, watching it pulse with the emotion she tries to hide. Layla stays quiet, looking up at me with a perfect set of bedroom eyes, chewing her bright red lip, no doubt contemplating another sassy retort. I give her a minute, watching with growing interest. We need information, Layla. Damien thought you might want to help your friend. She assesses me for a moment, and her lower lip trembles, just slightly, but I don't miss it. I do, but you and your friend are putting me in a pretty crappy situation. Because you're sleeping with the boss? Layla's brightly colored lips now purse with annoyance. Her expressive, deep brown eyes narrow, glaring at me from under those soft-looking, all-natural lashes. That's exactly why, and I'm afraid there's no way around that, puppy. Anyway, I don't have time to play 20 questions. What is it that you think I can help with? I rub the hairs of my chin, taking her in, looking down at this beauty who's scowling up at me in her 4-inch heels. Then we won't play games. If you're sleeping with the boss, you may be privy to the information we need. If you give it to us, you have our word. No one will be the wiser, and our team will fully protect your identity. Layla shrugs, as if conceding to my request, but a look of sadness passes over her lovely features. I tried to shelter her the best I could. I can't tell you anything about the boss or why she's at the club, but I can give you something. I'm listening. There's a masquerade ball on Friday. They've got an auction scheduled for virgins, and they plan to auction Brianna, off to the highest bidder. My guess is the winners are all prearranged. I don't know a lot about the operation, but I do know everything they do is dirty. My jaw locks tight. Traffickers. Time and time again, we run into these lowlifes who prey on young women, and they intend to sell this woman's friend, Brianna, to the highest bidder. Where is the auction being held? Question of the day. They keep that information locked up tight, Layla says, looking away from me and out over the park. Her body turns rigid, and she turns to assess me for a brief minute. An emotion I can't quite put my finger on passes over her features. The universe has eyes everywhere, even in this deserted old park, it seems. If anyone asks you about me, tell them your partner saw me dancing at the club last night, took an interest, followed me back to my apartment, and asked me to perform at a private party for him and his friends. I said no, so you followed me to the park and offered me $5,000. I told you that it was an offer of a lifetime, but that I couldn't help you out. That's it, and stick to the story. Sure, we'll play it your way, I say, watching as her fingers repeatedly rub over the metal of her keychain. I follow the line of her gaze, back into the distance, surveying a silver sports car turning to face us in the distance. Layla's delicate throat muscles tighten as she watches it, confirming what I suspect. If you need help, tell me, I say, knowing that with one text my partner will make this a party of 3 instead of 2. Layla turns her attention to me, and her flaming red lips purse in concentration. No time, she says, spinning on a heel and lowering her delectable little body into the souped-up Camaro. She doesn't glance up at me or back or back up, but instead puts her foot to the floor, spoke rims spinning, tires squealing as she peels out of the parking lot. I text Trent to pull around and get intel on the line, because the fiery little beauty and I are not even close to being done. Our intel division is open 24 hours a day. They answer on the first ring. "This is Merv," one of our best field agents says. "Hey, this is Derek. I just met with Layla. It sounds like there's a masquerade ball on Friday. They've got an auction scheduled for virgins, and they're planning to sell Brianna. Layla told me she thinks the winner is prearranged, but she said she didn't know who it was or where this thing is going down. She was followed to the park by someone, so our conversation got cut short. If you can get this information to Matt and Damien, I'm going to see what else I can learn on this end." "Consider it done. You need backup?" "I don't think so, Murph. I'll take care of the situation," I say, pulling up the picture of the fiery little beauty. I notice that across the lot the silver sports car has disappeared. "Roger that, Derek. Let me know if you need anything," Murph says. "Will do. Gotta run," I say, disconnecting as Trent pulls up to the curb. I jump into the passenger side of the black sedan. "You get a line on the Camaro?" "Roger that." But she sped by pretty quick. She's probably heading back toward the highway. "Any sign of a silver sports car behind her?" "Negative." The fiery little beauty is probably heading back to the club. Layla knew someone followed her. Her boss is driving a silver Porsche. "Let's head to the club and check it out," I tell Trent. And he makes his way from the scheduled park setting into the road that leads to the congested underbelly of Chicago. I scan the streets for either the silver car or her bright blue Camaro, but they're nowhere in sight and probably much farther ahead. "We're nearing the bar. You want me to pull up in this ride or you want to walk in?" "Pull up close enough to get a look at the parking lot. I don't want to waste time if she isn't here," I tell Trent. "Roger that," he says, pulling into the side street that leads to the place Brianna and Layla work at, a secluded and seedy little strip club. A neon sign marks the ramshackle old building. The parking lot is a quarter full, but there's no sign of either car. "Swing around back and let's take a look. If they make us, we'll deal with it," I say, because there's a genuine possibility that Layla could be in danger. And the fact that our security team has put her in this position is not at all lost on me. The lot in the back of the bar is empty. No sign of Layla's car anywhere. Trent's careful not to slow, making it look like we took a wrong turn and are flipping around. "She shares an apartment with Brianna. Let's head there," I say, glancing at my watch as we hit lunch hour traffic that slows us to a crawl. I can feel the minutes ticking away. The sight of Layla swallowing with fear as she saw the car has not left my mind since we parted. And every second of delay only intensifies the need to reach her before her boss does. As we finally near the turn-off that will lead us to Layla and Brianna's apartment, her boss's sleek silver Porsche pulls into the road. My jaw tightens. "There he is," Trent growls. The Porsche passes us, going the opposite direction, heading toward the club. Trent pulls up near Layla's apartment building to have a good view of the parking lot. "What the fuck? Her car's not here." I glance around and he's not wrong. There's not one damn car in the lot. "Where the hell did she go?" I ask, sending a message to Mirth to see if he can pull up the city cams and scout the area for a bright blue and white striped Camaro. The 6-unit building in front of us has seen better days. "Stay here and keep the car ready. I'm going to take a look around." I check my weapons and then slowly climb the stairs to her apartment. The steps look and feel as though they may collapse under my weight at any moment. I knock at the door listening for a response, but everything's quiet, way too quiet. I turn the knob and it's not locked. I ease the door open slowly. Layla, anyone home? I say, pushing it open farther so I can get a good look into the room. Son of a bitch, I yell, hitting the contact for Trent.